Yes, absolutely so. We see more and more cases of fraudulent data analysis, and I think this is due to the rising requirements for making tenure. So people want to kind of game the system. And it's important that we are aware of these issues, and it's also important that young PhD researchers such as yourself, and most recently myself, are aware of the issues that are at play, so that we know how to identify them and possibly prevent them from happening. So what should be changed? Well, first of all, I think doctoral programs should have integrity courses. In order to make students aware of the fact that this is a serious offense, and that this is not the right way to go about doing research. Hiring committees should evaluate their candidates closely and have a thorough look at how they analyze their data to make sure that we're getting on board the right people. And thirdly, I think in the review process, journals could be even more stringent in terms of, putting their candidates through the ringer and making sure that they're publishing sound research. For example, certain economics journals such as AER require their authors to upload their data sets. And I think this firstly makes you think twice about committing data fraud, but secondly, it also makes it easier for us to kind of redo the analysis that you've been doing as an author and to make sure that they are sound analysis. Yes, I have. Not so much in terms of co-authors, but definitely in terms of colleagues. Not in this department, I joined recently, but within other departments, I've seen cases of scholars claiming very interesting effects, but upon closer examination, more specifically, the effect that they were claiming was completely counter to what had been proven before. However, upon closer examination of the data, it turned out that zeros in the data set were ones and ones were zeros. So rather than having found a very interesting counter effect to what had been proven previously, it was just messy data. So I think it's important that you rigorously assess your data sources. So always look at the distribution of your data points. If you're hypothesizing something that that concerns the fringes of your data set, make sure that you have sufficient observations in that area of your data set. Always be your own worst advocate. If you have findings confirming your hypotheses, make sure that you run a whole boatload of additional tests in order to make sure that you know under what conditions these findings hold. Just be absolutely thorough before you consider submitting something to a journal, and you should be fine.